Alright, we're back. What is going on? Let's make it 7. We go to confirm, close it, and now they all fit. Is it possible? Doesn't matter because they all point to the same address. So if we could just, if we find some pointers that are always valid whenever this is open, then it won't matter. Alright, so we're gonna sort of take the road less traveled here. So what I'm thinking right here is that we're just going to add all these pointers right here. They all have different offsets, 90, 19C, 178, 178, 15C, 76, different offsets. So they're obviously different pointers. But what I'm thinking is maybe it's, as we were talking about managed code, it might be sort of a result of just not having this window open when we did some filtering. So you can see we close the PDA. A lot of these values snap back into place. We open the PDA. A lot of them go to different values or no values at all. So let's try loading something. Let's try loading another game, any game. This has me concerned, Joe Dirt. And we have nowhere to go but down indeed. All right, so 2 of these are valid. 4 of these are valid. Let's open this up and see what we get. Still only 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. I want to say that these 2 are already on the list, but I'm not going to worry about it too much. Let's load another game. Again, I mean, you can watch videos where people do all this stuff and they find, the single path through it and find, and be like, oh, well, this is how you do it. As you can tell, I'm obviously not taking that approach. We're blazing the trail here. I found the pointer before, but that was weeks ago. Yep, see, we just loaded that, and now all of those are invalid. These are flipping around, and there's stuff out here. Let's open this up. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. What the fuck? We're not searching deep enough with the offsets. It's possible. But it seems like when we load certain characters, the values populate. And when we don't, let's try loading the same game over and over again. How about that? That's an interesting idea. We're just going to load the same game over and over and see if these pointers keep working constantly or if they keep sort of flipping out. Yeah, see, now none of them are valid. So let's load that exact same save game over. And see what we get. God damn, that's frustrating. See, now they just work again. Oh, that is very frustrating. This is why I hate pointers. I take that back. I love pointers because they enable me to do all kinds of crazy things when I reverse this process and actually write code from a development standpoint. But when I'm sort of like going in reverse here, I mean, I don't know what the hell's going on here. What is going on here? That's a question that we should just stop and think about. Take a deep breath. We load the same character over and over. So we got to go back. No, we got to go back even further. Maybe even further. All right. It's a large enough result set that I'm comfortable with. I'm going to get rid of all these. All right, so what we're going to do is we're just going to repeat the sort of experiment that we just did. We're going to load the same save game over and over and over. All right, show me a value that says 34. I would scan by value, but I don't want to. It's not such a big list that we can't sort of scroll through here a little bit. There's no value that says 34. Are you kidding me? There's 1, 2, 3. All right. Load the same game. Yep, I'm sure. Still 34. How are we doing on time? We got some new stuff here. We're not going to filter this result set, ever. We're just going to use this as sort of our base. So we had 3 pointers that pointed to 34 before, and we have all 3 of those right up there. Doesn't look like we have any others. Let's just make sure. 1, 2, 3. We could filter by value, but I don't want to lose all the other values that we have floating around. So again, we're just going to repeat the same experiment, because the table that we had before, the results that we had before, we just repeated the same experiment by loading the same save game, and they're not instantly, but they suddenly became invalid for no explicable reason, or no explainable reason. So we're sort of just using that as a sandbox to try and reproduce results similar to that. All right, so now we got 34 there, 34 there, 34 there, 34 there. That's very interesting. Now we got more 34. I bet we have a whole lot of 34. Okay, maybe not. Maybe a whole lot's a bit of a stretch, but we have 1 or 2 more than we did. There's another one. All right, now we're gonna mix it up and load a different game and see what we get with these pointers that we're paying attention to. It's interesting. It's very interesting. 33. They are now 33. We seem to be on the right road here. Let's bring Cam Studio back up. What do we got? We may roll into another video here, but we were at the bottom of a big pit and we had no idea where we were. We We were fishing around, had nowhere to go, and by rolling back our pointer scans, we were able to figure out a couple values that may be of interest to us. So let this be a real-time demonstration that it's never as cut and dry as searching for this and searching for that. It is a pit of mystery. It's a riddle wrapped in an enigma, as Joe Pesci would say in JFK, that shooters don't even know. All right, so we've got that. We're going to load another game. I'm going to do a couple more tests, and then we'll shut the game down and restart it. And if we have it at that point, then I'm going to call it done. And if we don't, then I don't know. We'll go from there. We got 29. We got a whole lot of. Do we have any 29s? Yeah, we got a couple 29s floating around. A couple more. Bunch of ridiculous values. So again, you got to be careful with how you filter stuff. You don't want to just immediately jump on it. And if you do and you realize that you've run into a brick wall, don't immediately start over. You're going to have to go back and sort of mess around with this stuff. See, here's another one here. What's mono DLL? I don't really like that. I prefer it to be relative to the actual process name, and as opposed to some arbitrary library. So what do we got? We got about 200 seconds. We should be able to do it. Refresh it. We'll even start up this game again, just to be sure. Or not even sure, but just to chew up some memory. Smile, Fuggles, you're on YouTube. Alright, we're starting up the game. We're going to hook it in right here at the main menu. Obviously, there's nothing. You're going to cut right to a new game. I'm not going to bother with that. You know what? We will spend 1 point. Because why the hell not? I feel alright about this. Open up the PDA. This one's not valid. These two are. That's pretty damn. That's pretty good. We'll even. Do we have the time? Yeah, we got about, I don't know, 100 seconds. We'll load another game and load a couple other games. Just see if we can sort of. These pointers these 2 pointers particularly seem to be fairly solid. Now that I've said that, we're going to totally screw the pooch and be out in the middle of the woods in a cold rain, naked. Cheat engine. He does in fact have 34 karma. I like that. Let's load another game. This is the last one. I may, you know what, and then before I start the next video, I'm going to restart my computer, and then in the beginning of the next video, it may have a different topic eventually, but we'll load it up and load the table. I'm going to save the table, and then we'll load it back up and just sort of prove the point that, yeah, it does in fact work. And we're not totally insane. It is possible to do this. So what do we got here? 29, 29, 29. All right. So we're just going to say karma 1, karma 2, karma 3. We're going to go to file. Do I have time to even do all this? We're got to be cutting it close. Yeah, we're cutting it real close. We're going to go to file. We're going to go to save. It's going to ask us where we want to save it. We'll save it on the desktop. We will call it Super Shadowrun Fantastic Museum. Did I spell that right? No. Museum. Save. All right. We're going to close that. We're going to close this. We're going to stop that. Nope. We're going to stop that. All right. Code injection, data structure dissector is next on the list, and we're going to stop this. I'm going to restart the computer. We'll be back, and we'll prove that this is a good pointer.